Hello, everybody. Oh, 1 second. That mic is way too loud. There we go. Hey, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching some Street Fighter 4. It's been a long time since we've kind of played this game like this, but, you know, with the quarantine and everything, what better reason to bring out the old stuff? So we have Doggy Sandwich and we have Mr. Annual, aka Coach, here commentating today, and we're gonna have a good time navigating this lobby. You know, as you can tell, if you've ever played Street Fighter 4, how fun it is to pass somebody a turn. So just be patient with us. But we got our competitors already in, so now we're just gonna pass the baton to them. But, all right, you guys take it away, and also Doggy hit A.
Why do I have to hit it?
I'll hit it. Shit.
Trying to make me do work when I'm supposed to just throw my controller in the corner and be done and everything. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Bringing you the first ever Ultra Street Fighter 4 episode of the House of Pain.
Trying to relive some old memories from years past. Like our streamer said, you know, we're in the quarantine, pandemic, stay-at-home order, whatever you want to call it. So people rediscovering some lost love. So we're gonna see what we got. Dust off the old Street Fighter 4 knowledge banks and see what we can give you.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with the hot topics, but we might also be under invasion as well. Because one of the new hot topics that apparently just popped up in the past few hours is the talk of murder bees.
Hey man, they're just here to relieve us of COVID once and for all.
Man, one can hope.
All right, so our first match will be Gunshot, who was our intruder from New York City, versus Big Bates. So Bates might bring out his Balrog or his Adon or whatever thing he's been working on. And Gunshot is typically known for Jury. So I think, yeah, that's what he's going with. So Bates is gonna go with his Adon. The other Mu-type master.
Man, I remember what Street Fighter 4 Jury did. Hold on a second. I know she's not gonna be zipping through nothing, even though there's no fireballs.
We got angles of fireball. We got the dive kick,
Right.
dive kick Rekka, quote unquote.
Yo, do we even have a match though?
We got cartwheels. We wait for other players. Spectator mode suspended.
Dun, dun, dun. We ain't got nothing out here.
All right, so you heard. Paybot TV will be henceforth known as Big Bates.
Yo, I saw that bar dip back to yellow. What if Bates just walks in with his bad connection and puts it on Paybot system? Yeah, that would be great.
All right, so we're gonna wait for the hot potato to pass back around to Bates.
I see, this is the best part of it right here, man. Just the excitement building up before you even get into the character select screen.
The fight with the lobby is the greatest fight of all.
One of the classic matchups throughout fighting game history. You know, you talk about all the matches that people like playing, you know, Ryu Mirrors are a classic matchup. Val vs. God is one I hear about a lot as well. Kyo and Iori in SNK games. You know, your old Mashimas in Street Fighter. It's Tekken. But you also have the Street Fighter 4 lobby. That's pretty heralded matchup, one that not a lot of people can really handle, but one that some people, if they can master it, can be pretty good. Jokes aside, we are Gunshot over here with his Jury. Paybot, with Adon.
Alright, so Gunshot already leveling the fireballs, presenting the wall with Jury, and gets it. Base hits that sweep, makes it in. So like, I wonder if he's gonna try to like use the Jaguar tools and stuff like that to try to get past a lot of this. But right now, it seems like it's overwhelming quite a bit.
Alright. Went ahead and ripped the DP. Probably feels good that he didn't get crush counter for it, but still lost a good shot nonetheless.
Oh, there's an old friend focus attack. He's going to get away from the jumping. Gunshot just determined to store the fireball, keep up the wall, and just there's the Jaguar.
One thing that he's making a wall out of all that, but he also gets a boatload of the options. Yasuo has that. Oh. That's gonna be half of this, dude. It's like, yo, I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, the counter came out to no avail. So face take round one. Shot leveling on the pressure, pushing bait to the corner.
More offensive, a lot more offensive is he's got a stun, he hasn't been touched, and he got around the boot.
Yeah, Adon, if I recall correctly, is one of the lower health characters, just like Fury, so yeah, he's gonna die pretty quick as well.
I mean, with the way that last round went, how much HP he has didn't matter too much because he got shoved in the corner. That was the end of the game. Looking to be the same, as Gunshot also has a full super. And go ahead and use it for EX10 wheel, and gonna make this look really easy. Just needs one more solid hit and an anti-air. That's a pretty good call.
Yep, Gunshot, so he said he still got it, man. So Gunshot going on the board, gets bases Adon.
Oh, we got that. Oh yeah.
Wait, so can you go back on your own?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Nah. We gonna be here for a while, man. Gonna have a lot of time to recall some highlights and some matches during this point, you know.
So I guess the next thing Paintbot has to do is get some some transitions for the lobby.
Pretty much.
You know, play some highlights or something while we pass the buck.
The instant replay.
Yeah. Oh man, so we back into it, game 2. Let's see if Face tries out his raw again. He's going, he's going to the cleanse.
Not trying to see that still Adon again. Like, it was looking okay until Gunshot realized, wait a second, I can just run it this thing.
Yeah, he didn't have much success getting past the wall of fireballs and stuff, not either, so he's gonna come to the front door now.
Yeah. Get some meter, get some armor to help him out. Need the meter there first, though, Chief. Alright, he's coming with a dash straight.
Yeah. Looks like he's well, until he got crossed up there, he was just trying to bulldog, use the rush punches just to gradually push Gunshot into the corner. Gunshot wouldn't have him.
Man, I'm starting to have the flashbacks of the first time we started seeing baits in tournaments, and it was just around, and there was literally just a sweet button beating the tar out of everybody.
That before it was FTC Jesus, it was Bates.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he was known for back in the day. He knew how to play those beats. Gets them nice and firm, puts himself in the corner and moves.
A little double shot. 50-50 there. Goes with another crash again.
He got the armor break. So I don't know if he did the counter or tried to focus. I couldn't see. But he got shattered nonetheless.
No matter what he did, it didn't work.
The fight is underway.
So that round looking better for Bates, obviously because he won. It wasn't like a decisive win or anything because it was still pretty close. Getting caught with a level 2 focus trade. Oh, okay. Got his link from his upper still.
Just finds a little hope with the crouching light, but well, he pushed himself back out of the corner. And I got immediately pushed back in.
He's still winning. He was winning. My bad. That's what I get from out of my mouth. That's how it would counter hit. And now things are just starting to fall apart. Jump roundhouse from the top, gets the stun, holding on to the level 3 focus and a tap to seal the game.
Balrog wins.
Bates over there untapping his log, evening up the score 1-1.
Mm-hmm. It's like Gunshot don't have a quick answer to the short and quick jump of Balrog that he did for Adon. It was a bit more floaty.
pinwheels.
Yeah, well,
All other pinwheels.
he wasn't fast enough, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully he'll be faster than these lobbies.
Yeah, one can only hope.
I might have to turn my Switch back on for this, dude.
You know, get the Jeopardy music playing in the background while we wait.
There's a bunch of things you can do. Put some quick trivia in the chat real quick. Well, you couldn't put it in the chat. Yeah, quick trivia. That would be a really good place for some stats later on down the road. There's a lot of things you can do with that time.
Right, we can brainstorm, but for now, we gotta attack this.
Well, we're at the unknown location that we pointed out directly on the map. But yeah, Gunshot, I've seen enough of the crushers. Overhead smash, that's what it's called, right? It had to find the verb for it. Trying to get a confirmed trade, no good.
Yeah, he still don't have any really answers for these jumps, and so it's costing him a lot. And it's like it's causing him to lose the war of attrition that he's essentially trying to play.
Found the clicking right there with a focus. Don't know how consistent that's going to be, but it's bailing them out for now, giving them some room to run. Counter, not off the mark, but that's more because Bates.
Bates checks the throw.
No punish there, but I don't know if Jerry can reach that, but that gives Bates another chance to go for another smash, confirmed into the ultra.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth, but ultimately Bates says it's not being detained. It's supposed to be. Okay, this is max him out of the tap.
So that's more of what you were saying earlier. Ooh. Oh, he missed his, he had to take a sweep there for the ring. But yeah, ultimately, what's been happening for Bates is he's been getting slapped on the wrist for everything now. Like, he's getting hit, but the losses that he's suffering does not outweigh everything he gets when he gets these big juicy combos, big roundhouse confirms everything. So clearly, it's not giving him too much of a reason to really stop and reassess his game plan. Trying to take a mix-up instead of a carry over to the corner. Zero button, nothing there. Walking the overhead, but still maintaining pressure with the red focus. Ooh, he's gone for that a few times, using the upper just to get closer and get a flinch, but doesn't get a confirm from it.
Alright, managed to keep it around.
Simple, then I'm assuming Bates was really hoping that Gunshot would throw another slash out there, and, well, sometimes the hopes are just aren't answered, you know?
Man, we got a far in here from Gunshot, so he's showing a little bit better control. You know, fireballs to keep Bates at bay, air to air. The jumping medium punch from Jury is one of her better tools, definitely.
Kind of hit with the right eye. He had the right idea that a button was coming, but he didn't know that there was going to be like 50 more behind it, so focus got blown up. Slacked out of the air, and now it's looking really hard for Bates to get his way and get the jump first, but not enough range to get it confirmed from it. Looks a jab. And a reset. It's over reset.
The classic Street Fighter 4 classic. Yo, I got hit by a ball girl. Let me down back. Oh wait!
I won't. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything for you.
I'm only so upset because it's like he got hit, like Gunshot gets hit by the first one, right? And Bates dropped the confirm. And I feel like he's like, oh man, I ain't gonna hit this, so let me go ahead and re-up on it again. That's good.
So Bates takes a 2-1 after switching to the Balrog pick.
Yeah, I really need to get my. Oh, we're all right. We're just doing a straight bracket for this, so they are gonna be first and two.
Yeah.
Seeing as somebody not gonna say any names or point any fingers wanted to go through 4 or 5 or 12 different formats before he finally started everything, so I gotta reassert myself or like reorganize myself. Can't remember if this is like first to 2, first to 3, first to 7. Rock, paper, scissors takes it all. Coin flip, connect 4 match.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole new format. He's gonna make one up. Revolutionize the game.
A pain bracket.
It is. This bracket is pretty painful so far. But next time we gotta have Terrence and Knowledge re-up. Terrence, the stalwart Chun player, and Knowledge re-up. In this game, he plays Cammy as well, but he also plays a big deal with Chun as well. But I imagine he's probably gonna go for Cammy pick. If we can get them into the room, that's the we gotta have the true battle.
So the one matchup we're gonna have to see quite a few times throughout the tournament is gonna be Painbot versus Volati, or I guess versus PSN. Could be both. Could be a handicap match.
The PS4 has not been friendly towards the tournament scene. For sure.
But this is the path we have chosen. Life of being console warriors, wanting to stick with our friend Ye Old Sony.
Well, we just got Terrence in the room, so we're halfway there.
Knowledge, even though he's playing, I know he had a hard time finding out that he's been pinged 20 times early, so maybe he didn't see the invites. Oh, he made it.
We made it. All right, so now we're gonna have to pass that hot potato on over. But while we're passing that hot potato over, if you can take the time to check out our Matcherino with !Matcherino that I just put in the chat.
You beat me.
Yeah. And so Street Fighter, the second link will lead you to the Street Fighter 4 Matcherino, where if you sign in with one of your social medias, any will do. You can contribute 50 cents to the pot by entering PBSF3 in the contribution code link box, and you have 50 cents to put in the pot, and you can do sponsor request or even donate any of your own money if you're so generous, and we would appreciate it very much. Thanks for tuning in.
And that seems right on time for us to start getting things queued up for our match. Terrence gonna be squaring off against Knowledge. Something we've seen quite a few times. Street Fighter 5. We're taking a page back because y'all here in Street Fighter 4. Still playing the respective characters that you were talking about. Terrence really only plays one character in all fighting games. Don't care if you say he plays plays her in Street Fighter 4, 5, Sancho, Grand Blue, Tekken. It's always Chun.
But not Marvel.
You know? That might as well be.
But anyways, he's going on a poking spree with the Strongs. And you know, you don't die for sweeping on block in this game, so he's letting those rip too.
And the other thing that's really good for Chun in this, is gonna be for Cammy as well. The fact that backdashes are invincible, so you can actually readjust yourself, reposition.
Alright, Terrence misses his jack confirmed, but everything's still good.
He's kind of resting on those. I don't care if he's been playing before. He doesn't have to do it in 5, so that's something you gotta get used to. Yo, the back forward. That's all your combo.
Yeah, so classic. Alright, air to air jump, roundhouse, close it out. Yeah, now it just doesn't seem like he's quite sure how he wants to do this, because you see him doing the dashes and stuff. I don't want to say Street Fighter 5 tactics, but he's getting hit a lot. They're trying to press too hard into Terrence space.
Started dashing, got cleaned up by another target combo. This is look like classic Terrence.
Alright.
It's something I haven't really been able to talk about a whole lot lately, because like for the past few times we've seen him in Painbot tournaments in other games, he's been playing characters where it doesn't feel like he's been able to be himself. But this is the Terrence I know and love right here. Just walk forward, make everybody miserable.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job out so far, but Nas is keeping up to a degree. He just got caught jumping. I was going to make a comment about how it's really represent the dive kick, but alas.
Chun-Li wins.
He'll never see this come. We get the trump card.
I was like, you know, where the dive kicks at? Jared's like, oh, what time he does it? But in any case, Terrence up on the board by 1. And we back fast potato.
Yeah, man. Hot potato. Speaking of things that are hot, you know the one thing that like is always on my mind when I see Chun in this game that they took out of 5 is her different animation for her different Kikokens.
Yeah, those were pretty interesting because it was a tell for which one she did. It was really obvious, but yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Because sometimes they don't like cool little attentions to detail, I guess. I don't know. That's the best I got. That's my filler.
We made it back. Just imagine somebody just going through the line every time.
Among the challengers will make it to the top.
Sitting in the arcade. You know, he's doing a polite thing, getting at the end of the line, but he's like, yo, man, you got next? Nah, man, you got to play. You got next? No, I'm good. I just want to watch. You got next? My mom about to take me out of here. All right, well, I guess we get to play again.
All right, so we back into it. Let's see if, okay. Get focused, level 1, so they can rewards him with the crumple. And,
Yo! Did you see? Wait a second.
yeah, so we noticed that he picked Ultra 2 in the beginning, but it's like, he didn't really get a chance to use it before. But there we go. The long forgotten parry Ultra that died 2 weeks later.
And that's the one thing I was thinking about is there anything else that Knowledge is going to be able to do in the round? And, nah, bruh. Literally the only thing he did was throw his hands up, catch a jump in, and then just lay down in the corner.
So much for Cammy quick combination.
Oh, man.
Alright. Terrence trying to snipe those drills with his jump buttons.
Has Knowledge hit a confirm into Spiral Arrow yet? I don't think he has.
Yeah, he hit a jab confirm in the last game.
He's missed a lot. He gets another one, but yeah, he's lost a lot of life. Just missing the confirms. He's still doing okay. Gets his focus blown up by some jabs.
And he's playing with fire, trying to jump in on the Kikosho.
He forgot.
And over till it's over.
Low forward, but he's not a believer.
Either one can
Out of
take
there,
the
out of
round
his
now.
corner.
He's trying to like catch him, not block it, so he can get that and then get the ultra. Like he's just putting it out there, and Knowledge just kind of waiting for it. He didn't like space it out, put a button on it, and so Terrence was allowed to do it about 5 times.
Chun-Li wins.
And Terrence takes it 2-0.
Getting our first sweep here. And the House of Pain Ultra Street Fighter 4 Extravaganza. I say the first sweep. It's really the second one. Because the first sweep has been this menu, dog.
Yeah, we've been getting bodied.
While we're at it, who's gonna hit the button before we make this mistake? You hitting the button?
You go ahead, man.
All right, I got it. Where's my
All right, you got fire controller.
Yeah, it's on the desk. I'm on the other side of the room, just to make sure I don't like accidentally kick it or anything.
Fair enough.
And now the rest of this is gonna be on Painbot. But I guess he's busy trying to figure out who we got playing next. And who do we have playing next? We have
Shaynet. They go by set. I don't know what they're going by in the as far as the bracket goes.
saying that's what's on the bracket, so that's what we're going with.
All right,
That's what I'm going with.
Shaynet, and I believe when I saw them in Paintbot stream before, I want to say it was a guy I saw.
Guy.
Yeah, a guy as in the Final Fight character.
I know. I'm just thinking guy. That character.
I may be mistaken, but we're about to see. All right. Well, hopefully they ready up for the potato gets passed again.
Oh no! I hold it back. I used to do this again. Go ahead and show me them greens so we can get in there. Or you start doing? Isn't this? I have my sound down, but when somebody readies up, doesn't it make a sound? Because I feel like I remember somebody would like just spam it to get somebody's attention.
I want to say I have my sound off.
The world will never know. Or we won't at least.
So we're gonna see if Paintbot's going with his Sagat or his Yun. It's like, he said he's going with his Yun.
You mean to tell me, as much as that man gripes, moans, and complains about not being able to play Sagat, he gets Street Fighter 4 Sagat, and then he still doesn't want to play Sagat, man. Paintbot is a walking contradiction.
Hey man, we're all complicated, right? So yeah, Shaynet is a guy player, as I remember correct, and so it's gonna be an interesting match.
You think he's gonna do the forbidden tech?
No,
Okay,
I don't even have to look.
fair enough. I'll give him all the street cred in the world if he does one.
All right.
The worst thing is, we both know what we're talking about without even saying it.
Yeah.
But either way, oh,
Paintbot's pretty accurate with the foot level dive kicks, so you can get a lot of mileage off of that, especially with Shaynet checking the focus.
I hope you're ready.
Nice little whip punch with the slide, but didn't get that focus. Santo whiffs.
There's no stopping this fighter.
Just looking to see if he can get it confirmed, can't find anything, but gets a second look over a focus attack and gets the first round.
Let's keep it up. Fight.
Got a lot of meter to work with.
Yeah, so he gets a big red focus, or she just confirms he wants to do that. So he's loaded up. Okay, got the throw.
That's the second time he's looked for the confirm into Boost and Chain. Hasn't been able to find it yet.
All right.
Chain on the up.
Yeah, Paintbot got 2 reversal faded in a row, but he ain't out yet. Still got 3 bars, and Yun gets one of the characters that gets a lot of mileage out of red focus anyway. So we'll see if Paintbot can get it. Excuse me. I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
So we got back at full bar, got the corner, everything's looking good. And that should be it. That don't be it. I guess I don't remember my damages very well, but nonetheless, Paintbot closes out the first game.
I'm more surprised he hit that whole combo because I was trying to slide in a joke about him having red focus just means he gets an opportunity to combo. But he went above and beyond expectations, actually finished everything, and gets himself on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Props to Paintbot for doing one of the hardest things he's ever done in this quarantine for the combo.
Hey man, we all got a lot of time to ourselves now, so there might be some mountains we're allowed to overcome.
Yeah. But this is a huge mountain right here, climbing Mount Lobby.
We'll make it back.
Are you sure we're going to the bottom again, man? That's a huge hill to climb.
Yeah. At least we got one less person to worry about. So we're rolling back in with the same character. So yeah, like I think a lot of it was Shaynet trying to key off focus attack a lot and not having a real strong answer to the dive kicks, period. And so that let Paintbot essentially dictate the whole pace and rhythm of the match.
A couple of dropped opportunities as well. There was a couple of times where he got some crouch strong, or crouch short, excuse me, but couldn't confirm on a boosting chain, case in point. So a lot of mileage gone. But I guess if you hit it and you just give up a wake up throw, that doesn't mean too much either. So Painbot looking really good, finding a counter hit from his fresh in the corner, gets around the Tatsu, and this should be the round. Using the meter to make sure.
Profound sadness.
Yep, pretty quick dispatch of Shaynet's guy.
The fight is officially underway. The fight is finally
Stop.
begun. Which one incredible technique?
But again, you have to realize that the run stop was even a thing because the confirm was missed. So
Challenges after the dive kick, manages to successfully evade by, but nonetheless, scrambles right back into the near the corner.
safe stand on top, gets the throw, stepping up as well. Painbot using the crouch short to get under the elbow. Possibly just mistime the knee as well. But still in there with a jump forward. Continuing to press his low tech. Slide using all the meter. He just ran into a straight elbow. That was so meaty. I'm gonna eat that for dinner.
Get ready.
So much beef sitting out there. Like, that had to have been like double digits active. I know it wasn't that active. Jeez.
It was pretty active, and it's funny because that whole situation came right after he spit all 4 bars to stay safe.
Yeah.
So 2-0 for Mr. Painbot, and we're gonna see who our next match is. Since the losers will be played off screen, and I don't know who our next match is. No need to talk in Shadow Waste. There we go. So Shadow Ace is another long-time Georgia player, known specifically for his El Fuerte play. He say that's not who he's rocking today. He say those are relics of the past. That's not who he is anymore. And as far as I've seen Ace, when I've seen him play, I think he's probably a lot likely to use DeCapri, which that's what I'm expecting today. And no need to talk. I cannot remember who they played.
That's the name I've seen decent amount as of late, but yeah, I couldn't put a character on the name either. And I'm investing in your stock of Ace playing DeCapri because I want to say, unless I'm horribly mistaken, that's who he was playing when Street Fighter 4 died off. Like a lot of DeCapri and not so much of Fuerte. I almost said Ed. I had Ed on the tip of my tongue, dude.
Yeah, this man got retroactive DLC.
I mean, if you made Ed a little bit bulkier, gave him a 10, you could say he's in this game, kind of.
Yeah, I guess. But nonetheless, I don't know about that's Shadow Ace's cup of tea. So I'm thinking it's gonna be the Capri match.
I'm just looking at this Xbox Live name down here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that man. That's the name of the guy who just headshot you.
Oh yeah. That is somebody we don't care nothing about no battle royales. Straight TDM. Give me my kill streak. That's what that name says.
All right, we got on deck.
Now, this must be the best part of everybody's experience in Street Fighter 4. Kicking Painbot out of the hot seat. It's got to be a prestigious privilege.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it.
All right, so now we all readied up.
It's survival of the fittest on a global scale. Who among the challengers will make it to the top?
Oh,
Going with Fuerte after all. Guess he gave in to the peer pressure.
North
Yeah,
America.
Fuerte versus Honda, which is this is gonna be funny. I think in his own way. Because you got a guy who's basically stationary but can burst out in a horizontal way or vertical, and a guy who's moving around all the time. So both of these players are gonna have to be very well aware of their characters.
Something, yeah, I'm glad that No Need showed that really early. Because something that Honda has in this game that's not really prevalent in Street Fighter V, you have to remember, is being able to drift with neutral jump fierce. So he's going to be able to position himself very nicely with that. He hasn't been successful with it just yet, but with other tools, he's been able to get a lead in the start. But Shadow Ace is bringing it back, gets it confirmed, and also gets chest. What is it? It's not so style. I'll think about it later. The guac bomb.
So so far Ace has been in control, and he hasn't really. Well, I say that, but now he's getting hands into the corner.
And you too. The game is fun. But it was really scary for Ace as he tried to jump out and he got hit with a jab reset into hands, but he was able to find some time to skirt off of the wall and get a punish on a missed cram throw.
Yeah, it's like I was actually curious as to Ochio they recovered in time, but yeah, I think he got the straight punch. There we go, we got the splashes. Yeah, I guess Ace was looking for a butt slam.
Yeah, that's really hard to read with the timing he did it, but still able to keep control, gets under the fierce, takes a reset, and gets another stun, or gets a stun.
Super that you never ever get to see.
Nah, man. But normally Forte is using too much meter, trying to make sure he can just run in somebody's house.
Speaking of which, you know, he's not using the lead defining tool for Fuerte, which is the EX This is the EX Guacamole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a quesadilla. Is it? Man, it's been too long.
I think it is K. It's one of the three.
Man,
I'm glad somebody knows.
what'd he say?
It is. It's quesadilla.
Yes. So man, it's just too much food.
I mean that is said trope of Fuerte. A gone and forgotten character. You trying to spit it out? What's up?
I was gonna say, yeah, that like towards the end of the game, that tool itself gave him so much power, and then you started seeing him actually in the top 8.
You know what other tool gave him some power that we didn't see?
What was that?
Unstop Fierce.
Oh man, that's years old, man. One day Shadow Ace is gonna surprise us and bring it out though.
I want to talk about surprises. No need to talk over here with a gal. I feel like this is 5 characters, right? Or one of his characters? Possible.
It might be one of those charged character purists from Street Fighter 2. Alright, so this is another one. It's gonna be similar in the vein of Honda, but different in other ways. Where he's got to maintain his base, good focus attack is a great way to start things out.
It actually got a link from the Sonic Boom, but didn't have a confirm for that. So Ace is gonna take that and literally run a mile with it. Not enough to get the lead, but making it pretty competitive at this point.
Alright, well, he managed to snipe him off the run. Yeah, he's just using that movement to keep him confused, but maybe calm down just a little bit.
I was really unfortunate. I'm pretty sure No Need was looking for a jab confirm into flash kick, but didn't link the last chain. Still, it's okay, because you were still able to pick up a confirm into the good old Stand Fierce. Man, that's still one of my favorite combos, one of my favorite links. Gal jab in the fuse. Nah, that's one of the big things that you get from just playing Gal in this matchup. Don't really have to worry about crossing too much as long as you have the timing. Put an invincible flash kick on it.
He's a little overwhelmed with the pressure right now.
Go with another overhead, can't get the link from it. To the back run into Tortilla. Just one more look, but that's not gonna be it.
Uses the armor from the EX run. Oh man. It's all coming back to me.
It all comes down to this.
It's like a flash in the pan.
Yeah. Ace using that movement to
Begun.
kind of throw off. Don't need to talk, but don't need to talk. It hasn't really flinched a lot, you know.
He's also good.
I was gonna say like he doesn't really flinch until like Ace is like jack in the shoulder. That's all she wrote.
He's also using it to
Fuerte wins.
find the space as well, like trying to see if he can find a really good position before he can start attacking. No need to talk, especially since while he was going off the wall, he was closing in, right? Because as long as he's going off the wall, he's going to land at the least mid-screen. No need to talk is constantly backing up, so he's walking himself in the corners. And eventually, when Ace was able to find him on the left side, he just teed off on him, ate him up.
Alright, so with that, Ace progresses into the winners quarters. So I don't know what the plan is. If we're just gonna stream all winners, or everything else is going off screen.
That would be my plan. I ain't trying to watch no losers right now. I don't know. Paintball, what's happening?
I'm about to bring Bates in here to play Terrence.
Ooh, okay. Sounds like that'll be a good one. Classic Street Fighter match with I want to say a little more fundamental ground than normal, but this is Rog with armor, so not really.
Yeah, and then there's another concept where Chun's Fierce beats out like 90% of what he wants to do if it's not armor.
That is true. So I guess a check and a balance, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the threat of meter, I imagine this being really hard for Bates. Because it's one thing to question if Terrence is going to be able to anti-air, which we're assuming he's going to be able to. But the thing about what he does is it's not just standing anti-airs, right? Like, he's shown so many different kinds, especially mobile ones to get away from a Balrog. So it's going to be a question of if Bates, one, can jump in at the right times and the right angles to make it difficult for Terrence, but also if he can catch Terrence looking for stuff like fadeaway jump roundhouses and cleaning up with EX uppers, because that could mean a whole lot for him if he can do stuff like that. Possibly. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's see if Terrence got all his muscle memory for a lot of the EX stuff, like throwing. That would do like the classic way you beat Rog in Street Fighter 4 if he was relying on using the armor and stuff. So let's see if he still has that in that muscle memory. I'm guessing Bates is gonna play off Pain Bot's account again.
Yeah, you know they're always working together, man.
About to see Pain, but I mean Bates Balrog.
I don't know if I want to see a paintball Balrog. That sounds like hot garbage, actually.
So we're going with the matchup we just talked about. So we're gonna see how it goes, see how much these guys remember. But yeah, Balrog generally is gonna have a hard time getting around what Chun wants to do, and he's gonna have to rely on those reads to get through.
I'm upset they took the time to actually sit there and think about what stage to go to. Like, come on, bruh.
Let's get started. Fight!
Yeah, here we go. Keying off those stand strongs.
The fight is fun. How long will this go on?
All right, Bates gets a signature sweep.
And you know something that's really just dawned on me, as obvious as this is? This isn't 5, right?
Yeah.
So Chun walking up and putting strongs and pierces on you isn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
You can actually sit and block those. And all
can't.
and all you really
Doesn't
lose
get any
is
more
some
intense
space.
than this.
And that's about it. You don't have to worry about her doing like 4 or 5 of them and then fiercing you for a fourth of your life. But Bates looks like he has bigger problems right now as he's wedged over into the corner. It's a block on the Hazanshi.
It's only about -1, so if you don't call it out, it's not a big deal. It's just block. Alright, you frame super, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah,
You forgot about the
Yeah.
frame super.
he sure did. He sure did.
Alright, so Parents going back to putting that fireball resistance. But he's playing a little bit too close with his line base to kind of tee off a little bit and getting some degree of what he wants. And Terrence has a lot of great life sitting there. Which is now gone.
And Bates also feeling a little more confident because even though he lost the round, that means that Terrence didn't have the meter to start with, green light to go in there before he can get his defenses up. So now the EX spinning bird that could be on a couple good moves. Missed the cancel, so he dropped his charge.
Alright, Terrence getting another chance to fight back. And yeah, there's gonna be another kind of key thing is it's like, yeah, Chun has, I guess, how can I put this? Like easier access to jab confirms and stuff in that game without needing the use of meter and stuff generally. So she's able to get consistent damage here. And Street Fighter 4 is more specific. So like if he gets something, he's not gonna just like he got that focus attack and then got a sweep. So if he doesn't know stuff like the legs loop, he's not gonna get significant stuff from those kinds of moments. Nonetheless, it don't matter.
You remember back in the day when Balrog actually had a reversal? EX headbutt?
Man, those days are long gone, man. My man out there struggling now. Alright, nice with punish on the dash straight.
So that just means do it again and make sure you make the block, right? It sounds like. It was a sharp reaction after the upper, but not able to keep Bates in check, so he's still bulldogging his lane, tripped up by Street, and a big throw. I won't for you.
Even Base needs his memory jog a little bit. Alright, so now Terrence is sitting on the super. This is where Chun is really strong, because again, 1 frames. So you can't just half-heartedly pressure her. And Bates knows that anything that's not plus 0 is gonna get him demolished if Terrence is waiting on him. So even something like a dash straight or any of that. Low profile, crouch strong. And the confirm off. Good stuff by Terrence.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Make sure to stay active enough to not let Bates have all of the shots that he won interrupted, the crash or the crush as well, the smash. Damn it. The overhead. But yeah, that's it's a pretty good game out of Terrence. Shows that one, that he has a fundamentally sound Chun that like, transcends games, but also showing some 4 specific knowledge as well.
Sure.
Now if we can only get the hot tunes out of him, 3 low shorts and the EX legs, combo that in the ultra. Yeah, man.
One day.
He's saving that for finals.
Oh boy.
the curtain is raised on the world's most
Alright, he rolling back into the match. I'm surprised he didn't go with Adon, but he may not be that confident.
Man, did you see that Adon in the first game? He ain't trying to win that
Your destiny will be
match. We
determined
ain't trying to see
here.
that Adon.
He gonna stay true to himself. I
Let's
got you.
get started. Fight! And there's the first hit. What's next?
Ricky Boat.
The fight has finally begun.
Chun is the only character that can be plus on block after a level 1 focus dash.
Jesus always has something going for it at some point in time. One of those quirky things.
Yeah.
See that coming.
That was a nice mix-up right there, showing the fierce. It was implanted at Bates' mind that he was looking for the double fierce, so he just does the standard fierce low, messing with the up downs.
I smell
defensive grip.
Let's keep it up. Fight.
They went for the frame trap, kind of almost on an autopilot sense, and Terrence was
The
waiting
fight
for
has
him.
finally begun. Which one of these two will emerge on top? It doesn't get any more intense than this.
Let's start building the meter. Why not? You know you're gonna need it at some point. Get as many birds as you can. Possibly wind up with another super. And since Bates blocked one, Terrence is winning. He don't have to go over there. He's waiting on it now.
So Mace is kind of making it clear what he's doing here, which is he's holding tap.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not on any kind of charge.
But he's thrown a fierce and fierce in a roundhouse. So as soon as he did the jump roundhouse, that idea was gone. Taking the mix up again from the jump fierce. Terrence wasn't ready for the smash. See, that's the interesting thing about what Bates is doing. Like, anytime he gets a smash, right, he's always looking for the mix-up. He's not willing to take the half ultra and just put Terrence in the corner. So, I mean, he has the lead, that's okay, but he's allowing Terrence to take the shot that he wants to. He's allowing him to walk around instead of having to walk himself out of a corner and chase him down, which allows Terrence to step up and take a sweep. Stepped in behind. Throw deflection. Bates getting a throw of his own.
Yep.
7 seconds left on the clock.
So it's gonna be a little hard to get that much damage from Rog, but he gets it.
Yes! Woo, wait, it beat the buzzer. It beat the buzzer.
He just barely got it. Cause I was surprised he didn't just go to another EX legs.
No, he had to finish the song. 2 little shorts, EX leg.
Well, nonetheless, he manages to pull it out with 2-0. But it was pretty competitive from Bates' end.
In retrospect, he kind of set himself up for that. With all the time he was patiently waiting while he was down a block, down a chip. Kind of wonder how much time exactly went off the clock at that point. Probably like a good 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm guessing next up we're gonna have a Pain Bot and Shadow Ace.
Oh, this ought to be good. And this ought to be good for one reason only.
What's that?
If Famebot's not able to contain Shadow Ace, he's gonna come in here cursing up a storm. Oh, you know he will. It's actually what I'm pulling for.
Oh boy, man, why are you trying to make the streamer go mad?
I'm not gonna have anything to do with it. I'm not gonna be the one playing Forte. All right.
Paintbot's just trying to hang on in a pandemic world, man.
And he's got to dodge all these viruses bouncing off of walls and everything. Can't see anything because system's all blurry with this delayed net code and everything. Woe is him. Hey, hit the button. And while you hit the button, I will take a second to talk about the Matcherino, because you can still donate to the Matcherino. If I can remember how to spell Matcherino. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So if you hit exclamation point Matcherino in the chat, or if you use the links I put up there, you can go to the second one and contribute to this Street Fighter 4 tournament. Go to the page on the top right. It has a button for you to sign in with your favorite social media, and then click on contribute and use the code PBSF3, and it will generate 50 cents crowdfunded by Matcherino and add it to the pot. Now, there are some other ways you can help out as well. You can do some of the sponsor quests that'll add some more or generate some more crowdfunding money to put into the pot. You can also donate on your own if you are feeling so generous. But there are many ways that you too could be involved with this tournament. Enough of that. Back to the action. Young gonna try to see if he can plant his foot square into Fuerte's face. Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, it's, the element of chaos will be strong on Shadow Ace's side, so we'll see how these players deal with each other's proficiencies.
At some point in time, I feel like Painbot's gonna say, you know what, F it. I'm gonna throw a lunge punch out there and see what happens. And it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Just watch.
Oh man. All right.
The calm before the storm.
It didn't take too long for it to start.
Waiting for the up kicks. Oh, but here we go. Paintbot trying to see if he can roll before anything really comes out of Shadow Ace. Didn't get too much.
There it goes.
That wasn't the lunch punch I was thinking about, but it was close enough.
Yeah, it felt like Shadow Ace was throwing off his accuracy a little bit, but you know, little by little, Paintbot just kind of put it together.
He didn't put together the confirm. They'll drop the up kicks, and that gives Shadow Ace one more chance to play in this round, trying to see if he can get in and get the Giga Spark. But a pair of Crouch Strong says otherwise. And this round, to say the least, has been reasonable, but not what I expected out of Paintbot. This is one of the ways we dispatch Fuerte, is instead of trying to sit there and weather the storm against chaos, you just bring it to him. Stop signing his face. Jeez.
Yeah, but Ace is showing Ace is a little bit slippery, but not quite. Now that he's stuck in the corner.
Tried to hold up and get away again. Came up pressing the button that time, just not willing to block it all, and Paintbot gonna make him pay dividends. Getting the stun, using the focus to close out the round.
Alright, so pretty decisive for Paintbot. A little bit of chaos here and there, but yeah, for the most part, he was the one that was in control. And like you said, whenever Ace was down and out in the corner, he was usually gonna try to jump or press a button, and Paintbot just kind of killed him for it.
All right, I gotta fill some more. They ran around and they did stuff.
There was some dive kicks. There was a lot of stuff. Hope it.
I mean, that's really the best way to describe the beginning of round two. Just try to slam the move out there, see if you can make somebody block something. The kind of neutral that people hate to acknowledge in today's, in the day and age. Everybody always, my bad, what's up?
Oh, sometimes we gotta go fishing, man.
Yeah. Everybody always thinks a neutral of, oh man, I'm gonna just walk around and whiff punish something. Not a lot of people acknowledge that, you know, sometimes it's, I'm gonna cover this portion of the screen and you better not be here. This is your problem.
Yep, for sure. Alright, going back to the skate park.
Trying to hit some sick nollies off the half pipe. Yes, nollies, not the ollies. You can hit ollies as well, but that's basic. Nobody cares about that.
You got a skateboard. So.
Oh man.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Here we go.
The first kick has been recorded.
Yo, that's the lunch punch I was talking about. I think she's gonna do something too.
And Ace was actually ready, and he put a jab punish on it.
But Ace, the thing that's been really thwarting his offense is just not being ready for the up kicks. Like, he stopped the one in the first round, with the last two that Paintbot's gone to, Ace just hasn't been ready for it. And that's been key to Paintbot's success, getting started. Thinking that he was gonna be able to get up, but now he's in the mix, gets out.
Goes back, goes right back in with the flash. I guess that's that elder run punch. Alright, here we go.
Just for a second, faking wall jump. Anyone could be the end for either one of them. It just pulls the trigger with another lunch punch.
Let's keep it up.
Shadow Ace being a little bit timid there. It cost him the match.
Excuse me. Hold on. You see what that letter says right there? The forgotten art of just taking the chip without a suture.
Magic right there. Witchcraft. Popped him with the Pierce.
The raw is the fierce known man. Gets a slide as well. Gets around the up kicks, but can't punish it.
Quesadilla bomb. Paintbot's just gonna be right. This is going to work.
All the quesadillas out there. Gotta stay full with two of them.
The last round. Fight! There's the first
He's trying to see if he can get a break right here. He's gonna have to do it from the defensive. He has to run off his back. Gives him a little bit of a chance. A powerball.
I think he's still out of forward, it looked like.
It's gonna look okay for him. Gets another power bomb, just one more will do it. Looking for the up kicks up to there and catches the neutral jumping with a roundhouse.
Yeah, okay.
Missed the drop kick.
That's literally not how I was expecting that to end. But Ace full of surprises with the drop kick out of here. And put some game on the board.
Okay. Sagat?
I don't think he wants to play Sagat versus Fuerte.
Probably not. He is like, he probably not, but at the same time, I can't imagine he feels too happy about like, man, I just have to launch one sometimes. I just have to do it, you know? I can't really contain him or anything, so I could see either or.
I can see either or, but I don't see it happening though.
Probable, yeah.
Like whatever he says about Street Fighter 5 Sagat is probably a lot more easier fun than Fuerte.
Yeah.
It's survival of the fittest on a global scale. Who among the
Hey, he
challengers
might
will
throw
make
us a
it to the
surprise
top?
here.
Surprise like Honda? I don't know if he plays Honda in this game. He probably does.
Not that well, I guess he probably has his array of characters. But primarily I only know for Sagat and me.
Oh!
So he did surprises.
Oh!
So alright. So this is he's either gonna have to be immaculate or he's gonna be in the chat screaming.
What now, young fans?
Hey man, maybe Tiger Knee will stop those runs.
Excuse me, wait a second. Why are we going to the volcano?
Uh-oh.
This is not the play. Yo, who's got the sick air guitar riffs out?
It's the battle of the century.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
What the world? Mob Boss Sagat. I forgot about this.
Yeah, they had all kinds of costumes towards the end.
And that's the one thing he was probably looking for. Doesn't have the range for it. And it's the beginning of the end already. He's lucky that Shamrock missed inner corner. That's such a big miss to get stapled by a focus attack. Ooh, does it again.
Hey, I'm just gonna do this, man. You gonna have to do it.
I've never seen anything like this.
I'm saying it's a focus attack, but really it's a magnet.
Wow.
Keep it up. Fight.
You got to turn the autopilot off just a little bit.
Turn it off for die.
Finally begun. Which one of these two will
Let's try to see if he can get something started. Wasn't looking for the backdash there. A couple of those, giving Pain Boss some space. And yeah, he ain't gonna try that again. He doesn't believe he's gonna go all the way in there, but now he finds himself back to the wall. Stop that.
He crossed up the first Tiger uppercut. He gets hit by the second one. And this is more of how I expected it to be.
You still gonna have to roll the dice at some point, man.
It all comes down to this.
That's really Pain Boss undoing in this onslaught. He's trying to find a method to the madness. An air throw. Oh, gets blocked. And he gets a punish with the low forward.
Down hit something. So here we go, we in the mix.
Stepping up. Taking a focus FADC into it. Don't think he's Oh no.
I don't know if he mixed up his inputs or what,
Possible.
but he got thrown, so it might have been he had Tiger Knee.
And Fuente wins.
Yo, I'm just waiting for it now.
Hey man, you didn't get crush counted.
That is true. He didn't even get his focus broken. But now I'm still waiting for him to come in here. Man, this character is whack. This game is trash. Netcode is terrible. Where's that?
Hey man, let him get back to his computer.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a second.
But yeah, that's about more or less how I expected it to go, because Sagat is very specific in the space. He's looking to control, and controlling something of excess mobility is not fun for him. So,
Dang, you're really gonna just sit and be cool with that.
hey man, it's the game he loves, so he's alright. So we're gonna, I guess, Terrence and Shadow we're gonna have up for winners finals.
Now see, that is something we're gonna need him back for, because still have a couple of matches to play in the losers bracket. We're gonna have Painbot and Gunshot, and that'll give us our winners or our losers orders. Semis. That'll give it the semis.
Yeah.
One thing I've never been good at is the terminology of losers. I'll figure it out one day. Today's not the day, though.
Alright, I guess we're running losers now, according to the streamer. So I guess that means Gunshot and the streamer Painbot be the next match instead of next bottleneck.
So you mean to tell me he's holding everything up again? He was late at the beginning of this. He was late at the beginning of 5, and now he's late to his own match. Oh my gosh. Late bot.
It's the House of Pain for a reason, man. You heard
House of late.
Damn. So we gonna have Gunshot roll back in here with his jury.
Hey, I've got the button.
Alright. She don't wanna play a match on screen.
Nah. And the main reason I don't want to is I'd have to walk over to the other side and get my stick to plug it in. Got him.
Hey man, you started out this game with pad. You alright? Just recall those ancient memories.
I actually would not be too surprised if I could do some stuff on pad still. Especially since I've been playing games on pad lately. Just games in general. So it wouldn't be crisp and pristine, but it'd probably be serviceable.
Fair enough, but our matches are gonna have to wait for time eternal. We got Gunshot Painbot up.
Who will walk away victorious?
I'm guessing Gunshot's gonna stick with his good pal Jury. And then Painbot might roll back to the gun. Or he might try some guy. Match power for power. Projectile for projectile. And it looks like that's what he's gonna do.
He's playing Sagat because he has to make himself look good on stream. You know, if he plays Yun and just goes in there lunge punching and dive kicking, he feels like that some people are gonna say, no, not a solid player. He just tries to go out there, flip dice, roll dice, flip coins, and make things happen. But he could probably have a better argument if he puts a projectile out there before he jumps. So,
You look like you're
Oh man, that's harsh, man. But in any case, we get started. Okay, focus dash forward to start.
he threw a tiger shot and then he jumped. You don't say. He was able to keep up the projectile battle, tiger shots and the slash. And he gets to wait for jumpings as well.
Gunshot shoved into the corner, and yeah, Gunshot can't keep up with this projectile war.
I guess the real question is, if I remember correctly, he needs meter for it, but when he gets a meter, when is he going to be able to put an EX dive to break through all this? But not even going to get a chance to do that in the first round. Lost pretty decisively from mid-range.
Yeah, like he brought that up, and I was like, yeah, he hasn't even really attempted. Okay, well, there it is.
That's what happens when you run your mouth sometimes. You just will stuff in existence. Painbot hitting the front and side jump short. Didn't even know he was going to get it, so he didn't finish it. Checking the focus dash one. Waited. Oh, he really wanted the roundhouse from that, but he needs it to be a higher trade.
I hope you're ready.
And that's what reset he'll gladly take just so we can get back into space again. That's so unfortunate for him when you think about that, because that's been his day so far, even though he's able to close the round out with another tiger uppercut. But like, think about Painbot's day. He just sat around and he played 3 games of Sam Show with people worming their way out of his buttons. So he comes to play Street Fighter 4, and then this chick is just laying under his focus attack.
Oh man, but yeah, the light paintball had too many problems with that. He was able to generally control the pace and the air, and got a few scrambles, but nothing too big. And then yeah, Gunshot didn't really answer paintball stuff very well. So it just overall it was just paintball show.
Yeah, I feel like the second round was a lot, or not a lot better, but it was better for Gunshot when he was standing closer. Cause like in round one, he was full screen trying to somehow battle back against Tiger Shots, and this ain't gonna happen. He was enough of a believer to even throw a couple of EX slashes out there, like it was gonna deter Painbot from throwing some Tiger Shots. Didn't do it at all. But the second round started off with the dive kick, and then it was playing in a range to where Sagat has to pay more attention to any slashes coming out, especially EX slashes, and that just gave Gunshot a little more room to work with. Wasn't able to do anything, but I feel like if he can sit there, like maybe the sweep range or just outside of the sweep range to where he can really threaten with a TK dive kick or something, that'll give him more opportunity to make something happen.
He's in overpass. The stage of battle is set. Are you ready?
Yeah, that's real easy for me to say. That's something that Gunshot is going to have to show that he can do as we take ourselves into the second game. And yeah, he's trying to be more stationary, not go back as much. And the dive kick, it was a good attempt. Unfortunate that it got thrown into the corner. The throw was huge because if Painbot wants to, he can take all the stage back and just try to will him down with Tiger Shots. But jumping himself into the corner, showing that he's a real modern player, if you will, doesn't want to sit on his lead.
Is it the end?
No way.
Alright, well, just matter back to the status quo now. We got the spacing. Paintball has the spacing he wants. Gunshot's trying to navigate his way through this wall.
I'll have my revenge.
It's kind of the same old story.
It ain't looking pretty out there, Chief.
All of a sudden, trying to get past something else and really killed him.
I mean, he got another one, but he got another one because he got punched in the mouth for it. Slides his way in, but it's more slid to the other side. Actually, unfortunate that he landed on that Tiger Shot, especially since there was a meaty one to follow. Painbot crashing his way in with a knee.
Paintball turning the activity level up a lot. You know, you see a lot of buttons, you see a lot of forward movement, a lot of jumping. Like he doesn't have any real fear of Gunshot at all, and he's just kind of taking charge. You know, he's got the sniper enough to get down to the well status, and then you get to see Gunshot's ultimate for the first time.
Long play injury. We got to see the activation. Didn't see anything that happened with it because Painbot coming up with a good old Tiger uppercut, FADC backwards into an ultra of his own.
And that engine broke down real quick.
Gonna put it over there in the underpass with the other broke down cars.
Pretty much.
Man. Not only did Painbot run Gunshot off the road, he ran him clean out of the bracket.
Oh man, so Painbot's gonna obviously stick around because one, he's a streamer, but he's also up next against ShayNet's guy, who he himself put to lose.
I was just sitting there thinking about that. Double Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. But while we're waiting to bring you the next losers match, putting up the Matcherino reminder. Let's spell that right.
Nope.
Nope, I did.
Nope. Oh, it was slow.
A little slow, but yeah. If you see those links, the bottom link is for Street Fighter 4 Matcherino. Go in there, log in with social media, put in the code PBSF3 for the contribution, and you can add 50 cents to the pot and help these players out. And you can also do the sponsor quest or donate your own money if you be so kind. But again, it's not expected of you. But other than that, thank you for tuning in and watching some Street Fighter 4 action.
You know why that bot was slow, right?
Why is that?
I mean, it's a pain bot.
Damn.
He hasn't been punctual with anything else today.
Damn.
The craziest and wildest
Hey man, did somebody pay $10 for the biased commentary?
I was just thinking that. It's like, he could stop this if he wanted to. But until then.
Alright, so he's gonna go with Sagat this time when he went. Or no, he had to flip the stairs. But I'm looking at the screen. At the corner of my eye. Like he is going with Sagat though.
Riding the momentum, you know. He had one taste of Sagat, and even though he was unsuccessful, he was like, I gotta show people that I can make this work. And his last game was pretty good notch in his belt. Taking it pretty convincingly. And now he's gonna have to do it against a character that, while not being able to just stand toe to toe and go to war with him or try to go to war with him, actually has ways to maneuver through the Tiger Shot. So let's see how Painbot looks going against Shay next guy. Shay already coming in with a slide.
He's going some counter hit, but no. Yeah, this guy has his own little set of armor breakers. Multiple hitting normals. But yeah.
That was pretty bold too, because he goes with the Tiger uppercut, doesn't even FADC it, so he just knows that it's gonna pan out. But isn't ready for the FADC throw. And a front side jump in. Oh, he didn't know what side he was gonna be on, but it's still okay. Picked up the spare with the low forward.
Yeah, I guess he thought he was gonna safe jump, but he was up there for a while. Like even I could see that he wasn't gonna land in time, so Painbot scouted him out. Okay, gets the throw from the run.
That's the only thing that Shay had going for him so far is Painbot got two quick answers flagged down with a roundhouse with a sweep from Shay and escape as well.
Knocks it back to Tiger knee. Here we go. Painbot tries to press into him, but I think he pushes like this a little too much.
With a back dash, hits the uppercut and the ultra. It's not enough to take the round, but leaves him in a pretty good spot. That's what he wants.
Mike's not looking so good, man. That's too far.
This is a chance to front side elbow. Wasn't ready for the confirm, so just taking the throw. Stay, I don't know about the second one there.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. But you really never see who Scott. But Painbot have enough knowledge to bring it out. Take game one.
A button so funky it looks like Sagat shouldn't be able to do that. Neutral jump forward. Neutral jump mid kick. Another one of those crazy things that the new kids don't know about. The idea or the fact that back in the day, everybody had a set of neutral jump buttons. It wasn't just Chun.
So we're gonna see what Shaynet has in the if he has anything for Sagat, because I feel like the Young match was pretty decisive in that he didn't seem to have a lot of answers to work around it. But the Sagat matches seem to be a bit closer.
The craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around
Since he's losing out on those critical moments.
Yeah. Been a couple times where he's gotten a knockdown or just gotten any kind of pressure and didn't believe that there was a tiger in the cage. Lo and behold, he didn't realize there wasn't a lock on it as well, and the thing just burst out.
Fists will fly at this location.
Yo, wait, are we going to the airfield? Is that what I saw?
Let's get
That's what you saw.
Ain't nobody got no wing mix-ups.
What's next?
Ain't nobody got no wing mix-ups. They ain't about that life.
We just get no starter.
Painbot misjudges the distance.
It misjudged the timing on the second one, but doesn't need to get some relief as he's able to just wait and Shay gives him the room to work his way out. Get his offense started with a low forward. But shut down with a slide.
Bonnie just bust out the reversal.
Well, things are looking pretty good for Shay. Gets him. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah, hate to see it happen. It does so much damage. There's more picks here. Gee, he didn't just chip. Ran in there with the tiger uppercut. Okay.
That was very unfortunate. Shayna thought he was free and clear.
Bro, that looked like Street Fighter 4 damage. Painbot is quite literally feeling himself at this point. Going forward, pressing all the buttons.
He made it off the elbow. Man, that's -5. That's ultra, so good on Shayna to be ready with the punish.
Gets across as well, but doesn't get the full confirm. Jumps out of the corner. Slide doesn't get punished directly, but the throw to the corner means so much for Painbot at this point. Another slide, yeah, that was getting punished, but it's not enough to take around just yet. But a second uppercut.
Yeah, there's not much you can do there once you chip in the corner. You can swing, but you're betting on a lot.
Backdash. Backdash and hope you find it.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Shayna got put down 2-0 again, so it's a guy to Yun. Painbot on top. So that would so now we gotta play our winners finals. Terrence and Shadow Ace. Now Chun-Li versus Fuerte should be quite interesting. You got a character that's just like relying on pokes and taking up a specific area of space versus a very mobile character. So we're gonna see if he has that knowledge in his data banks.
I kind of just have this picture in my head right now, right? It's Terrence realizing that he has to play Shadow Ace online, and he just rolls his eyes.
Come on, man. Terrence is the world warrior.
I mean,
He's fighting and everything.
yeah, but you think he wanted to go back down that dark road?
The old dark alley from his childhood.
Pretty much, dude. Living a pristine life out there for the most part. Living in the limelight and everything. He walks by that alley and he just has visions of this guy jumping off the wall at him. Thought he was out of there.
Hey man, you know how it happens in movies. You always gotta make it back to your childhood traumas. No matter how you do everything you can't ever run away from it.
Man, oh man. You gotta get him in here though.
That's the real challenge, right?
Don't tell me this lobby winning again.
we had a pretty good flow as far as people making it into the lobby. I was like, that's when we got stuck at the beginning and started working out.
Yeah. I guess the other thing that could have happened is Painbot forgot to invite him. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there's Terrence. So now we just need one more. Yeah, once again, thank you guys for sticking in with us, watching some 354 play. Definitely appreciate the views.
Yeah, it's been honestly been more interesting than I thought it would be. Like I kind of thought there was going to be like a boatload of slop, nothing but drop combos. I thought I'd be amazed if somebody actually hit a confirm somewhere, but some of them showing that they've still been keeping up with it.
For sure, for sure. All right, now we got our two finalists in the room, so now we just gotta pass the potato.
So looking at everything right now, I'm kind of gonna have to assume that Ace has an edge over Terrence, because if you look at their PSN names, Ace has a higher number, therefore there's a higher probability of him winning.
Oh man.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but I think that's a pretty good assessment to go off of with everything that we've seen so far, right? He has a longer name, he has 2 actual words in his tag, and he has a higher number. That's a strong squad to be rolling with.
wonder if Terrence has the nuances for this matchup.
Oh, we about to find out.
Are you ready? Fight!
Fuerte Mania?
Is
All right.
officially underway. The
Oh,
fight has
man.
finally begun. Which one of these two will emerge
So far, Terrence is holding his ground, but Ace has got it started, so we'll see what happens here.
Getting away from the overhead with a backdash. That's a good look. And he kept walking back just to space out the quesadilla. So, a couple of things looking good for Terrence. He finds himself on his back again. Flagged out of the sky. Chest bump. And a slide. Yeah, it's looking pretty scary for him so far.
Ooh, nice the neutral jump roundhouse was pretty good. Didn't get a lot of capitalization out of it, but it was still an honesty check for Ace.
There's so much that's been dropped from him, but he still gets another chance. Doesn't go into the ultra just yet, and because of that, Ace coming off of his back, using the last bit of his meter for an EX run, and diving on top of the first round.
There we go. Gets the combo off the roundhouse. Comes in with the safe jump. Catches Ace swinging somehow.
And a big thing to note for when he started off is instead of looking for the shorts, presumably in the ultra in the last round, he took the neutral jump roundhouse into stand mid kick or back mid kick. So taking the easier confirm. And that was the beginning of a much better round for Terrence.
Yeah, he's starting to realize he can't just kind of sit on the ground too much. He actually has to creatively attack where Fuerte wants to be, and it worked out a lot. So see if he can keep utilizing that position, or if Ace will manage to find his mark. Because you notice he's actually been missing on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Incredible! I can't believe it!
But trying to find a splash. Like you saw the slide whip, for example. We've seen a lot of the elbows whip. We've seen some good amount of splash whips, like so. And there's the catch. So you see that Terrence has a lot of the right ideas. It's just he doesn't have quite the means to just like really blow Ace up.
He's gonna have to find one more of the right answers. Is he focused to get away?
All bets are off. Anything can happen now.
Okay. Didn't believe in the first one, but he gets the second one. It's going to be the ultra. That's not going to be enough to take it. Not even enough for the lead. So he's still going to have to try to find Ace at some point.
All the hits of the target combo scale the ultra pretty badly.
Neither one can
So
get the upper hand.
Ace pressing his luck a little bit. Yeah.
No one can see that coming.
He manages to live another day. And he has enough time to do something here. He just has to be careful.
He's got to be right. Because with Terrence constantly holding down, you know he's got spinning burgundy. So that was an interesting look. Long range slide.
And I sit here and I'm laughing at that, but when you really think about it, the thing that's been constantly throwing Ace off is Terrence just walking back just enough.
Right.
And the fact that he committed to that long, low slide in a way was pretty genius.
Pretty good to throw off a timing you would expect as well, because in a situation like that, you can't help but think that a Fuerte might really want to run in and look for a splash or a tortilla mix-up, whatever the front tortilla is called, right? A hit or throw mix-up, right? But taking a slide is a completely different timing from what you're going to react to. So it's a good option for Ace to present right there.
Ace 1-up in winners finals.
Good thing Painbot didn't do anything crazy like best of one single limbs, right? He would never think of doing something like that, right?
Hey, maybe next time.
To join in the fight.
Maybe.
But only one will be declared the best.
So yeah, like you look at the whole thing, Ace was he managed to hit his mark enough to keep Terrence honest and alert. But Terrence, like, he moved around, he jumped, so he was making it so that whenever Ace committed in, he didn't always have somebody blocking or hitting. He was with him quite a bit, and so that's a lot of the basis of his struggles. Where so it was pretty, I would say, even set overall.
And the other end of him whiffing though is like with the way that Terrence has been trying to get away from stuff, which is backdashing and jumping, he's getting away, but he's not being able to really get in a position where he can do something. Like when he's able to walk away and get a whiff like so, those look really good. But when he has to backdash and question what frame he's in, those aren't the best looks for him. Switching and going to double fierce this time because he started with single fierce into lows in the first round. And that gave him a bit of a lead, but he still finds himself on the back foot. Doesn't get to look at the slide, 'cause that slide was safe. That was a questionable slide.
It looked almost deep enough, but yeah, Terrence is the one that had the question. This is the confirming the ultra.
The ultra that does no damage at that point. Feel like he could have fierced and got just enough. Looking, making sure to get the confirm. Oh no!
Oh, what a hell, Barry. And, you know, he can't jump that after the flash, but maybe he was hoping that Terrence committed to something here beforehand.
Something bigger than a stand strong.
Yeah.
Chun's old Swiss Army knife that she's carried with her throughout all of her days. Such a fast recovery.
Good trade from Shadow Ace. He can knock down the corner push. Beats out the bird. Now he's just running wild.
Oh man. Train ain't stopping anytime soon. Consecutive hits leading to the stun. Taking a level 3 focus as well to close out the round.
What you gonna do, brother, when 14 Mania runs wild on you?
This bout will determine who is the strongest. West and ball.
So you know it's on Terrence's mind that he can't have that started again, but Tortilla says otherwise. Here we go.
Wake up now, forward right kick. Okay.
And you know what that really means? That means Terrence was on the wrong side, but Ace wasn't blocking.
Yeah.
But able to pick it up with a level 2 focus. Not going to be too much coming from it just yet.
Ah, perfect backdash.
Only he's looking for the double fierce, but he gets away in time, backs up into it, backs forward.
Alright, we all tied up now.
Chun-Li wins.
I still felt really scary for Terrence. I mean, that's just the nature of the matchup, like you've been saying the entire time. It's going to be pretty volatile. Chun's always going to be walking on eggshells, making sure that she can mitigate the chances that Fuerte has, or just like flat out avoid them and make him have to commit a little bit deeper. But it never feels good to do.
But Terrence is managing to stick it out and putting the game on the board. So, but yeah, it always feels like it's always on it's Terrence's burden for the most part. But with the good calls he's making, and he's making the calls like we mentioned earlier, he wasn't getting much, but I feel like in that game he was able to position himself to get a lot of the back forward target combo punishes.
All he's got to do is make sure stuff like round 2 doesn't happen more often, because yeah, Ace just kind of rolled him over that round.
Who will bask in the glory and adoration that comes with being declared the world's greatest fighter?
Yeah, let's see if Terrence can maintain his footing, maintain his defensive position, maintain his posture, see if he can go up 2-1, or if Ace is going to be able to crack the defenses and get his second game here.
The scales have tipped.
Run's already getting stopped by Strong in the sweep.
Battle for supremacy has begun.
Okay, good. Focus attack.
Fighter is in the zone.
And again, like, yeah, it's always just kind of like this. I won't say just a straight up mix, but yeah, you definitely committing a lot.
Ooh, that was really using crouch forward, or crouch fierce to slide into the jumping off of the wall.
At least the focus attack is low.
If you jump low, met by a block. Yeah, that was a late confirm.
Yeah, I think he almost saw that hit and went for it, because there's a bit of delay on it, but it just looked like he just saw it and went for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. It was really sharp from him.
This bout will determine who
Ace getting the slide to start things off, ran into a delayed spinning bird kick and met in the air. I feel like Terrence was looking for the wall jump the first time. He just had the timing, but he got it this round. Takes him to a throw as well. Backside. And that was kind of telegraphed, and Ace just wasn't ready for it. He got his legs blown up, and that's going to be game 3 going to Terrence, putting him up 2-1. And I kind of feel with the way that game went, I won't be too surprised if Ace thinks to go to Capri at this point.
Yeah, that was pretty decisive, and Terrence showing that he has the spacing and the habits of Ace down, and that he's not gonna just get ran over. So that might entice Ace to change his characters. He even put the legs loop at the end, so Terrence still has a little bit of it left in it.
Back in the day, when I didn't have to wait for V-Trigger to do all these cool combos and everything. Just need a little bit of meter, a little bit of money, and I can get this party started.
Back in my day, all you needed was just a little bit of resources and some elbow grease. That's all you needed to hit the nice combo.
You know, we say that. Like mid-kick leg doesn't exist in Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, you ain't got a piano kick faster.
Yeah. So yeah, the big question on my mind is, my question just got answered before I can even put it out again. Going to the Capri, yeah? Been figured out.
South America.
Let's see if he remembers this character.
Fly at this
And
location.
yeah, it's gonna be the concept is a lot of the same with Fuerte, where Chun is like, where are you gonna be and when?
Concept's the same, but the execution is different because the Capri's not going to just run at her.
At least not in the conventional sense. Back forward and target combo, doing a lot of work in this set.
Walking up, keeping the plus frames with the jabs as well. Oh, and Ace found a little bit of space. Gets his half airs as well, but immediately dives into a spinning bird kick. And even though he's in more space to work with, he still has to close the distance against Chun. And with the life, it's going to be kind of hard. 5-2 roundhouse for the start. Crossing this line is hard. Gets another knockdown. SBK again. Really? Well, I mean, he can't take it to the next round, so.
Yeah, I mean, like I think he saw something, he committed to it. It just so happened it was Hassan's shoe, so he went right under it.
First kick has been recorded.
Well, with a couple of unfortunate situations for Ace, he finds himself one round away and getting dropped down and loses finals, trying to fight for his life. A little bit of a stutter, but we won't worry about that too much. Came in with the axe. That man was mad. He's like, yo, don't do that again. Solid tech.
Back on the classics right now. Pressing some buttons, throwing out the fireball, letting his opponent hang themselves.
Yeah, but he's got to see if Ace really wants to tighten the noose on himself because he's got a little bit of a lead. Just slowly whittling away. He still has it.
Smash.
Jumping in, but he gets a big throw.
Tries to go for the overhead.
Really thinking about the shit. Gonna need another one, but he just finds a hit.
This is the last round.
Ace might be able to save him.
How long will this go on?
It's gonna be kind of hard for him at the beginning because the ways he's been able to get in is mainly from EX dive kicks. He doesn't have the meter right now for it, so he's gonna have to either find a way to build a meter without getting hit, or I guess he can just get hit and get the meter, whatever. But yeah, it's like he's gonna lose health before he finds his way in. And if it's unsuccessful, then it's all for naught. But he might not even get a chance to play at this point. Gets a sweep, so he gets to start. It's just a backdash away from the overhead. Now it gets really hard for him. My bad.
I don't know if I want to say anything important. Yeah, he ended up getting his knee on. Okay. Well, I guess he thought he could kill that string, but it was a little too late.
Yeah,
Chun-Li wins.
that was looking for an old classic meaty fireball where you're hitting the tail end of it, and with the recovery of mid-punch Kikoken, there was no hope for that ultra to hit.
Chance takes a 3-1, putting him in grand finals, and now Painbot's gonna have to go up against Shadow Ace, the man who put him in the losers bracket.
Oh, this ought to be a joy to watch. So, is he going to get out there with his skateboard and start trying to slide around with the chef, or is he going to try to bring the Tigers out again?
I don't know, like, cause there were aspects of the Yun matchup that I really liked that he was doing that was working, but it was also parts with the Sagat that kind of worked out, but he ran into a lot of Sagat's natural weaknesses in that match as well.
Yeah, the fact that Sagat doesn't have a move that like just throws him across the screen. He also doesn't have an uppercut that is an actual diagonal line. You know, those problems.
Yeah.
We shall see. And I guess while we see what happens as one of these two get dropped off the bracket, I can take a second to quickly point out that we still have a Matcherino going on. Gotta make sure to get it. Yes, I did. Put the Matcherino in there. Beat everybody in the Matcherino. Haha. Exclamation point Matcherino brings up the links. Click the second one for Street Fighter 4 because that's what we are indeed playing. Go there, sign in with your favorite social media. Probably going to be Twitter. I always have to say it's probably going to be Twitter. And enter the code PBSF3, and that'll generate 50 cents to add to the pot to give to one of these three players that's still left in there. Now you can also complete some sponsored quests that'll add in some more funds. You can donate your own money if you're feeling really generous for this high octane Street Fighter 4 play that you're watching. But there's many ways that you can get involved with the finale of the first ever Street Fighter 4 House of Pain event. That man really picks the god again. Oh Lord.
Hey man, he believes in his boy.
Yeah, I see Shadow Ace believes in his boy too. All 20 sides of him.
Battle is set.
Oh man.
Are you ready? Fight!
Well, we'll see if Paybot has some reasoning behind sticking with this Tiger.
Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he missed the Tiger shot input. Because if he really wanted a Tiger uppercut right there, but he's able to recover. Gets a roundhouse as well, and the roundhouse was in the lead. And he's making adjustments. Because in the beginning, the first time he played Sagat and he saw that wall jump, he tried the Tiger uppercut. It was nowhere near. This time he looked for a fierce. So like he's trying to make the adjustments to find him, but he just needs to find the timing of the spacing. It's the block. Ooh. Yo, he just let him
Yeah, it's like the unfortunate thing is that Sagat does not have the mobility that Chun has, so it's a little harder for him to just like arbitrarily space out in a moment's notice.
Well, that's another change. Taking it towards roundhouse to try to catch him off the wall, which is pretty good in the start. That's so sad. That's really sad.
Beautiful run stop, Chris. I mean,
Stop.
but yeah, Ace taking back control.
Gets a slide into the roundhouse, and he's really trying to make that overhead work. It's kind of interesting because just running a train on him with the typical Fuerte mixes was doing so good for him in the first game, but by giving Painbot a chance to play, Painbot's able to put him down in the corner, looking for the meaty Tiger knee, he can't find him, fakes it again and wasn't ready for the wall jump.
Ace has gotten back to corner, so we're gonna see if Painbot's gonna. He's like he's gonna fight his way out the old-fashioned way. But yeah, he's been getting a lot of benefit from the roundhouses. Forward roundhouse, even the neutral one, but jumps into a splash.
3 big stamps from Ace gives him the first game in his race to 3. You know, you were making a little bit of a joke of him not having run stop fierce in his game. You know something else that Ace doesn't have in his Fuerte kit that we never say anything about that would be really good for him?
What's that?
The link from the overhead.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's like a 1-frame link or if you have to hit a meaty overhead, but I see Ace trying for it and he just never hits it. And there would be so many times that he would get a nice chunk to go along with it because he's hitting the overheads. Toward mid kicks, I believe that one specifically. It might be the roundhouse. It's one of those kicks, but he's hitting that overhead specifically, but he's not getting all the rewards from it.
Yeah, because I did make the joke, and yeah, but Ace has a good. Ace has been baiting out a lot of stuff from Painbot, and he gets him to do a lot of things, but like his punishes always end up being stuff like jab and the throw and stuff like that. So it ends up being more of a struggle for him than it really should be.
Yeah.
Craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around the world to join in the fight. But only one will be declared the best.
But even with him struggling, he was able to make the first game work pretty well for him, leaving the responsibility on Painbot to see if he can figure out how he can take a game off him, and he's gonna put the cap on.
All right, go. Got a little skater boy. Man with the fitted, goddamn.
Unknown, crumbling laboratory. Destination.
Actually, is it a fit? I'm pretty sure this is a snapback arrow, right?
Let's get started. Fight!
There's no phone.
Scaring the bird out, but anyway.
Yo, is that what he's doing? He's channeling the energy of his bird?
Battle for supremacy has begun.
Oh no.
Thought about that. He is taking to the skies though.
And there's the
Trying to meet Fuerte in odd places to throw him off.
Fighting fire with fire. You gonna zip around the screen, I'm gonna do it too. But it's working out a little better for Shadowway so far. Is he still very cautious on his wake up? Letting Painbot stand up for free and get his offense started. Meaty palms. And is he away from it? Yes, he is. So that's gonna be a huge chunk of damage drop from Ace. But speaking of drops, guess he's still not hitting combos. Painbot.
He managed to push it out anyway, but yeah, that was a pretty big drop of the palm.
I mean, that was a little more advanced than an ABC, so I'm not surprised. Gets the command throw, though. Good snatch. Gets his second one because why not if it first it succeeds? Yes, I tried to spin that into a good phrase, but bad.
Painbot just laying the pressure on, but you know, Ace coming through with the hot command grab or hot air grab.
Too bad he doesn't have a hot aiming here for the dive. So this here again gets himself out of the corner with another way out. The legs are looking so good.
I wonder if he missed the button press. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that happens to him rarely. Like, I remember that used to happen to him rarely, and I want to say that's the third time that's happened today, possibly the second, where he's looking maybe for like run into a stop into something else, and it just turns into a second run, but he's just jogging into his opponent, and Painbot was just ready for that one.
So with this character switch, we managed to tie that up. So
was it really a character switch, or was it just going for a different set of tools to throw at the wall?
I mean, isn't that what a character is? A different set of tools?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be technical about it, yeah. But the point I was getting at, he was just doing the move. Instead of just throwing the tiger uppercut out there, I'm gonna throw the dive kick out there. It's not trying to interact. That I word that people love to say nowadays. But I mean, by any means necessary, that's how tournaments work, that's how matches work, that's how life works.
Who among the challengers will make it to the top?
Alright, so now we're rolling back into it. And it's not like Ace was completely shut out for the most part, except for the like corner sequence. So I'm still expecting to be fairly competitive
Small
and
air
to kind of
Your
anyone can
destiny
win at
will
this
be
point.
determined here. It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Pretty sure the only person who's winning is Lady Luck.
How long will this go on?
Yeah, I'm being that guy right
This is the
now.
one we've been waiting for. The ultimate battle for supremacy has begun.
Trying to go for the empty jump low, doesn't find much. But moving around, throwing off Ace's command grab.
Only pushed him over to the corner as well. Wasn't ready for him to jump out, but he didn't get splashed, so it's not too terrible just yet. Trading the up kicks, and the trade is pretty good for Painbot, because even though he got knocked down, he stopped the momentum and stopped the ulti coming afterwards. So eventually he gets the tick throw from a Fearsome to a throw, flags him down in the corner with a jump forward, but a tech, keeping Ace alive for now. Oh, did he catch him? Doesn't have the range.
It's a pretty smart idea, but it's really quite good. Nonetheless, Quesadilla saves the day.
You know, with the way that Ace keeps looking for anti-air sparks, anti-air ultra 2s, I'm surprised he doesn't use ultra 1. Because that has more range.
That's true.
Either
And
way.
speaking of that overhead link, yeah, he actually hit it at that point.
Like I said, man, just when you're a commentator, you just will stuff into existence. It's the first one of the tournament. And it's a pretty good time for Ace to get it as well. Puts himself up 2-1, trying to see if he can get himself a rematch against Terrence. Painbot, well, he ain't going back to Sagat, so. Guess he's gonna have to just chalk that up to a Fuerte round. It happens sometimes.
Hey man, that's how it would be. Maybe he can pick G.
Why? So he can drop those combos too?
Yeah, but at least he can hit the V trigger, man.
Is that what it would take for him to beat Ace? A V trigger? I mean, that's going past the crest. This is like a straight up wheelchair to help him out, right? Is that too much?
I don't know, man. I guess he's cutting the finish. He can cut you out.
It's survival of the fittest on a global
I mean, we'll probably get, well, I want to say we'll be cut out anyways. He'll slap it all on YouTube. You know he ain't trying to edit anything, so all these shots are going to hit the mark. It's going to be great. For all the YouTube people out there, like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh man. Alright, well speaking of hitting the mark, we're gonna see if Ace can continue hitting the mark with off the wall shenanigans.
Off the wall, off the ground, off the throw.
The stage of battle is set.
Ooh. You see what I see?
Mm-hmm. You picked Ultra too.
Uh-huh.
Get started. Fight!
That's not Ultra 1.
It's been recorded.
I guess he wants to attempt to punish the Quesadilla.
Once and for all.
We'll see if that is the thing that saves Painbot in this, or if he's going to be walking out with a third place finish. Start a little rocky for him, especially with a cross and splash. Doubling down on it. And hits him with a chest ball.
The splash recovery actually saved him from the dodge. I mean, from the lunge punch.
Yeah, I was thinking if there was any way for Ace to get up and punish at that point, Painbot might have just turned the system off. And he gets to block him across the splash. Still not seeing where this ultra is supposed to help him out. And he gets the link again.
There you go. So Ace is on it, man.
No, he just needed to take a couple of stabs at it, like 5 or 6, really get warmed up to it. But again, it's paying out for him so much because he's hitting the overhead. Gonna have to see how far it can carry him. It's a throw. Staying in the same side, keeping himself a little closer to the corner, which normally is questionable, but he does have a wall jump to get out. Hey.
Man, grab ooh. Yeah, he messed up his pressure there, but luckily Ace flinched first.
And he completely flinched at that point because, knowing range from the throw, just said he was taking the throw like he's supposed to, but just purely guessing instead of reacting to what he saw in front of him.
So yeah, Painbot took the ultras to probably try to punish Quesadilla, but I guess he just expected the 50 meter to come out. So he sat on it. And Ace takes the third win.
Man, would you imagine that? Losing with a full ultra and full super.
That's how it would be sometimes.
To either case, to any case, to whatever. Congrats to Painbot for getting 3rd place.
Congrats.
Doing pretty well, I guess, for the first House of Pain Ultra Street Fighter 4 event. But yeah, now he has to clear the set, make way for the grand finale. I also have to hit a button so my PS4 doesn't turn off. We're gonna have Ace clawing his way back from the bracket of alternative success, trying to see if he can take 6 games away from Terrence and his Chun. And with the way the games were ending, the only thing I can say is good luck.
Yeah, like when we left off, Terrence pretty much had Ace's number. Yeah, he wasn't letting a lot of that stuff hit, and he was forcing Ace to over. Oh no!
What in the world?
So back when I used to net play this game a lot on PS3, and when I was playing Ace or on Xbox, this is the character he would always play.
I remember this.
Now, hopefully he doesn't haven't kept his signature move of backflipping to turn the game off.
It's the battle of the century.
See, I was thinking he'd have some stronger tech, which is backflip and hand pad over the pier. But we'll see what he's got going with Vega.
Yes, he wants that range on the post and stuff like that. So we're gonna see if he can outfit Terrence, who's made a big name for himself with his mid-range presence.
You want to talk about good luck? Trying to output Terrence.
And there goes the claw. He's lost a bit of range and strong hitbox right there.
Mask on as well. Things are not looking good for him.
Taking that extra damage as well, so things are not looking too hot.
It's a lot of life over there on Terrence. That was a pretty solid round for him.
Jump fierce though. That's always good. As long as you got the claw.
Terrence is ready for the slide. Didn't really put anything from it on it from that range. That's a trade. That's a good start for Shadow Ace.
Yep.
I'm a little too eager to roll, letting Terrence escape. It's sliding down again with another dive.
Ace is taking quite a bit of control back, and he's starting to take more accurate shots at Terrence.
Using 3 focuses to get his ultra as well. So things are looking really good for him in this round. Might not even need to use it. I don't know about using the meteor right there. I really wanted to close it out, but he really should be thinking for the next round at this point, as long as nothing crazy happens. Terrence second to stay alive.
Ace went for the chip. And Terrence is gonna sit on that super. Good thing he did.
Trying to look to take the round just yet though. Stops on block, but he wasn't ready for this. This is land on with a jump. Sure. puts the plane in the
Chun
bank.
Li wins.
I wonder if he was just trying to beat him throwing.
Possibly.
Nonetheless, that was pretty interesting interaction. But yeah, Terrence was on the board, and Vega worked out a lot better than I definitely thought it would.
I mean, it was better, yes, but it still wasn't getting a game.
That is
It
true.
still wasn't getting around. And I mean, that's something that Shadow Ace has done before, so I don't think that's the answer. Especially since the more Terrence plays against him, like the longer this goes on playing the Vega, he's just gonna have a better feel for the timings and a better read on what he wants to do. And it's still playing into Terrence's game, so I'm not liking this idea at all.
That's fair. And it's like, yeah, he had that win, and he just kind of tried to push it a little too hard. Ended up paying the price.
The craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around
That's what
the
we
world
do,
to join the
Vega
fight.
again?
But
Okay.
only one will be declared
I guess
the
he just
best.
likes having the option to swing back.
Swing back. Swing back. Swing back. All right, I'm sorry. I mean, we're playing throwback games. I can do
Run
throwback
back
songs.
out. The stage of battle is set.
Alright, so we back at it again.
Fight!
Keep walking. Keep walking.
Back at it in the back alley.
This bout will determine who is the strongest.
Ace looking for
and
that
all.
jump fierce.
And there's the first hit. What's next?
It's a nice snatch to start things off.
Keep walking.
Fantastic combo.
Yeah. Ye old crispy link.
Yeah, Terrence has been pretty consistent with that overall today. I wonder if he actually meant to do neutral for it there that was holding back.
What a rush!
Because that's actually one of the Chun's flaws is that she has it's the same as Street Fighter 5, but she has the command normals on all of her buttons.
Right.
So like if you're moving around, you can't always snap out that hand again.
Now, I have to point out that Ace had a pretty decent lead, but because he's been so eager to push the issue against Terrence, he's allowed Terrence to just whittle him down. He finds him in the air with a jump fierce, juggles that into the ultra, and that's the first round of this game going to Terrence.
And with that, the fight is officially underway. The
So
fight is
what I'm kind of
underway.
feeling is the problem to Ace isn't so much finding the hits, but he's not really content to just stopping his momentum. Like, you'll see him get a hit, and he has to keep pressing. Like, he'll get a hit, he wants to roll it afterwards. Or he gets a knockdown, and he has to keep going for it. And Terrence is intercepting him time and time again. Like, I feel like Ace could get so much more if he would legitimately force the neutral when he has the lead. But this is a different situation for him. Now he has to make something happen.
Up until that moment, he was showing some pretty good defense, but Terrence closes it out. Game 2. So like, yeah, overall, I don't really hate that big pick. I just his decision making towards the end and during the match questionable, and whenever he gains the advantage, like you kind of was saying, he just kind of throws it away through constant small interactions he's losing.
I don't know if he saves Vega game 3. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I mean, it's a rough situation right now because he's got to win 3 games with whoever he picks, and like, he's not winning 3 games with DiCaprio. We don't even have to think about that. Fuerte's hard. Fuerte's really hard for him to win 3 games with. I don't see Vega being the answer though.
Yeah, like
He needs too much from Vega. Like he's gotta outplay Terrence too much for Vega.
and like on top of that, like it's like he's able to find a sit, but he doesn't have like his hit confirms. It's like it's straight up anti-airs and stuff like that. And so in the end, he's still kind of playing with
North America.
with the odds making decisions. Even if he's able to make good decisions, maybe that's not enough to carry 3 games versus Terrence.
Yeah, I'm liking this is the best choice that he has right here. Cause say what you want, he'll be able to. It's really liable for him to pull games away from Terrence. Now he's gonna have to do 6 rounds, right? Which is still hard, but as soon as he gets a knockdown, things could just start falling his way, you know. But he's got to get a knockdown first.
Yeah, we're talking all this theory, but he ain't got a single hit yet.
Oh my gosh.
Just count it. It's not shit.
Pick up the pace.
I guess the character doesn't matter at all if you don't really get to press a button. The first opportunity he has gets thwarted by a focus double EX as well. And that was kind of wonky from Terrence Woodland. What he wanted, but he still got hit from it. And now he's looking like he's the 4K player.
Yeah, I think he has Shadow Ace too scared at this point.
Bro, what? Imagine. All right, never mind. I was thinking, what if double perfects happen?
And we ain't going that far. He tries to walk out of it, but not quite.
There was ever a time for him to look for Ultra 2 there, it wasn't. Because he let the opportunity go, Terrence gets to confirm into the Ultra, and he is the first House of Pain Street Fighter 4 champion. Good looks to Terrence.
Indeed. So we had some good matches today. So thanks to all our competitors. Congrats to Shadow Ace for his 2nd place run. And like you said, congrats to Terrence for getting 1st place. Good games to all, and thank you all for competing. And thank you all guys for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys had fun watching the matches and had a good time.
I'm waiting for it. Where is he at?
Okay, there we go. Appreciate everybody showing up and watching today and participating. It was pretty. This was really fun. I liked it because everything just ran very smoothly, and the tournament itself was really fun to watch. It kind of reminded me of why I like watching Street Fighter 4 in the first place. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming by, and hopefully y'all come back in 2 weeks when we have another one. We'll have another one for Samurai Showdown and another one for, well, we'll see about Samurai Showdown. I gotta sort something out with that game. And then we'll have one for Street Fighter 4. We may have a different game also. I'm not sure yet, but we're kicking Granblue off the roster because, there's no reason for it to exist in this tournament, honestly. There's like 100 of these fucking tournaments for that thing, and there's like 3 a day. So I'm good with trying to compete with those guys. Granblue's axed. We'll replace it with something else, or maybe nothing. We'll see. But all right, appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate Doggy Sandwich and Coach giving us that amazing commentary that everyone in the chat seemed to like. So I picked the guys. I thought they were, they're pretty fucking good. And since I have them on the weekends, might as well bring the best. So anything you guys want to say?
Nah, man, I appreciate you throwing the show and let me be a part of it, man.
I'm glad.
Also, Grace's Painbot for allowing us to impede in your space and be allowed to exist in your. I ain't got nothing else. Thanks for having us.
You sons of bitches. I was fucking. When I play, I have to wear the headset. So I just hear you guys the whole fucking time talking shit in my ear. And you know what? Go ahead, keep doing it because it's just gonna make me fucking immortal when I go back to Atlanta. Oh, I had a good time though. Even though all the adversity I had to face today, it was really fun. I got a little hot, but I'm good. And that's it.
Adversity, you brought this on yourself, man.
I love this game, even though Ace's character is different than all I gotta do is go to the lab because I know he got away with a lot of shit. And Terrence just didn't let him get away with that shit, so I gotta go to the lab. A lot of it's just like a lot of this stuff's like -18. Like his Quesadilla bomb, I think is like 18. And Tostada Press is super negative. I haven't practiced that.
Wait. Where have I heard this before? Coach, show me where I've heard this story before. Man, I feel like X player is just doing some nonsense and getting away with it. But Terrence isn't letting him get away with this J. Where have I heard this story before? Is this what always happens with Street Fighter in Georgia?
I mean, I won Street Fighter 5 versus Ace, so better relax, bro.
What about Neon?
I did beat Neon at the last Street Fighter 4 tournament, but he beat me back with the
just
Bookie.
said 5. Why you changing games now, man?
Well, in 5, I don't care enough about 5 to fucking like practice. I just
Hey, man,
practice enough to beat people.
You need to hit the curtain for this man drag you into.
Yeah, man, fuck you, doggy. I appreciate you coming by though. But all right, guys, appreciate y'all watching. The VODs will be on my YouTube channel, and yep, see y'all next time.